Bought a broken Volkswagen. Folks, we are buying a car.
Yay.
We're heading to pick up a 2007 Golf CITY with 127,000 kilometers and a blown head gasket. That's gonna be fun. Money. So we are here. This is it. This is the car. So I'll go meet the owner, get the paper signed, and I will drive it home. See you in a bit. Got so busy signing all of the documentation and paying for the car that I forgot to film some of it. And now I am driving. Sorry, I'll have to shift and put the camera on the dash so I'm not driving with it in my hands. There it is. So I picked up the car, I paid for the car, and now I'm driving the 2007 Volkswagen CITY, which is a Golf, back home. So we will be doing a few things on it as soon as I get home. It's raining right now, but I will have to put the battery on a charge. I will have to do an oil change and all of that stuff. Some of the basic things, as I always do every time I buy a new car. So I'll be showing you guys what I'll be doing there. The car does burn coolant. We believe that it burns coolant because coolant is disappearing, and the previous owner changed everything on it. They did like the water pump, they did the timing belt, which has nothing to do with it, but while they did the water pump, they did the belt, and also the radiator with the actual hoses, and it's still burning coolant apparently. So I said it's probably a fried head gasket. I'll be doing a compression test as soon as I get home, but it's quite possible that we will have to do a head job on this one. Brakes are done, they will have to be changed. There's a whole bunch of stuff that will have to be done in this car. The car is a total mess on the inside, to be honest. If it was slightly cleaner, I'm sure that the owner could have sold it for a few $100 extra, but it's not. It's disgusting. So I'm on the road right now, but I will be filming as soon as I get back home. I will show you guys the exterior of the car, even though it's raining. I'll spend a bit of time around that, show you what the car looks like, show you how dirty it is on the inside, and show you how clean it is from the outside, which is kind of good. I've been telling Mark that I will never buy a Volkswagen. I just had bad experience with Volkswagen. I owned one in my life, and I said never again. But guess what? That's what we just bought. So it's raining outside, but 2007 Volkswagen Golf CITY. It is blue with some brand new all-season tires. It is the body seems to be quite decent. It was sprayed with some anti-rust, so quite happy with the look of a body. It does have one little section that will need to be grinded off and repainted before it gets even worse, but ultimately this is what we got. This is what we're going to be working on. Battery is currently dead, so as soon as I turn off the car, it's not going to turn back on. Thank God I made it home and I did not stall the car. Getting used to a new clutch is not always fun. I will be plugging the car on the battery today, let it charge for a good, and then check the oil, do an oil change, check the spark plug, check a whole bunch of stuff. The work on this guy is going to have to be a full head gasket and potentially a valve job. Who knows what that's going to mean? Who knows what we're going to get into as soon as we open up the block, but that's what we think that this requires. As it is, the engine runs quite well. It does not seem to knock. Maybe on camera it does knock a bit, but it runs quite smoothly. However, what the previous owner said is that as soon as you turn off the car, the coolant will go down and it is burning coolant. Well, he said it's a leaking coolant, but there's never any coolant under the car, meaning that it's probably burning it. The previous owners didn't take time to clean it. It has full of dust everywhere. It's just gross. But we're gonna be cleaning that up, vacuuming it, making it all pretty, make it smell good, and then get into some of the body work. have a whole bunch of crap in the trunk. Oh, door's still unlocked. So anyways, there's a whole bunch of crap here that I have. Tools, coolant, oil, filters, not the rims, but the on caps that we're going to be putting on later on as well. We have the rear trunk. Oh, let's unlock it. This is what we have. It is messy. It is missing a string here, but very easy to fix. Oh, actually, it's missing a plastic clip here as well. Anyways, we're going to be going to the scrapyard to get some of these missing parts to make the car perfect before we resell it. I really want to make sure that we're not reselling it half broken. Everything needs to be fixed on this car. Everything has to be cleaned up so that the next owner has a good and safe car to drive. It only has 127,000 kilometers, which is approximately what, like 70,000 miles? If you convert it, that's impressive. This is amazing. Like 2007 for the price that we paid, it looks quite sweet. So like I said, next step, we're charging the battery and I'll be getting some stuff done. So step one, when you buy a car, make sure that you plug it in. Make sure that you charge the battery. Charge it well. A lot of people don't do that. They kill their battery after a bit of time, especially when cars don't run. It's even possible that this battery is actually dead. But you know what? My charger will tell me it was the best investment ever. I believe that it was on special for 69 bucks and I've been using it quite often. So we're gonna plug it in, see if it charges, see if the battery is still good. If the battery's not good, we will go buy a brand new battery so that the next owner has something fully reliable. If ever it does charge, the battery charger will tell me the status of this battery. Hopefully it's going to be good. No one will be able to use it. We can put 8 amps. It is on low right now and it's going to charge for a while. So a few tips when you buy a brand new car. Well, a few tips when you buy a used car, like this one. One, make sure the battery is fully charged. Always charge it. I fully recommend it. Check the oil. Make sure that the oil is at the proper level. Make sure that it's not dark, like dark black. It's normal that it's brown after a few miles, that's for sure, but make sure that it's not fully black. Make sure that you have enough coolant. So here, check your oil. Check the dipstick, make sure that it's up to spec. In your manual will tell you, or even on the dipstick, it's going to tell you how full it should be. Next thing is, check the coolant. Don't open this up when your engine is warm because it will blow in your face. Battery, make sure that it's always charged. And the other thing I'll be showing you guys is as well the air filter. This is the air box. We're going to unscrew it, open it up, and see how the air filter looks to make sure that the engine is breathing properly. We'll be removing this beautiful little plastic, cleaning it up, but at the same time, underneath we have access, the majority of the time here, we have access to the spark plugs. The spark plugs are what we're going to be pulling out to make sure that they are in a proper shape. Especially when you buy a car that has about around 150,000 kilometers, you want to make sure that the spark plugs have been changed recently. That's usually the lifetime of the spark plugs. Like let's say 120,000 kilometers, I would recommend to change them up. Again, a lot of people are going to say differently, and it all depends from one car to another. Check your manual if you want to be really picky. I recommend it regardless on what car is 120,000 kilometers. And as soon as those are removed, what that's going to allow us to do, it's going to allow us to do a compression check, which it makes the cylinder pump, and as the cylinders pump in the engine, it will tell us if ever each cylinder have an equal compression. That's going to give us the health of the engine. So what I did is on this car, I saw 2 screws. I removed those. That's going to allow us to access the air box, and then we can simply lift it and see what's on the inside, see if it's dirty or if it's clean. Folks, this is what I like seeing. So someone that took care of their car, this is in a great shape. Even on the other side, this was changed just recently, which means that the engine is breathing properly. This is probably like a $20 part. So if you haven't done this on your car for quite some time, take the time to do it. Spend 20 bucks, find the air box, unscrew it, remove this, buy a new one, go to Canadian Tire, go to one of your local stores, plop it back in, and you're good to go. next step, let's remove the plastic and let's try to access the spark plugs. I needed a 5/8 ratchet, and I removed the cap. So the spark plug cap, which is, it usually looks like something like this. It's plugged on top of the spark plugs. You just pull it out. Usually it's not twisted or anything like that. This one does have some corrosion, which is maybe because they're not fully protected on these engines, but we'll be pulling the spark plug. It looks quite clean. Then you have another one that's right here, and another one right there, and another one underneath right here. Not sure how they usually access them, but it's possible that this manifold will have to be removed in order to access them. We'll take a look at the first one, see the condition, and we'll go from there. So the spark plug is out. This is what this spark plug looks like. It has some corrosion on the outside, which, to be honest, seems to be normal because they are exposed on the engine block, so probably with some water. But if you look the inside, I'm not sure if it focuses well, but the tip of the spark plug looks quite good. It actually doesn't look black, it doesn't look burnt, it doesn't look like there's any oil leaking there, which is very, this is a very good sign. So I'll be doing the exact same thing with each and every one of them, all four, and I hope that the other fours are good. If ever they are the same, I'm not going to film it. However, if they are different, I will show you guys what it looks like and what step we can take in order to fix it. So next spark plug, not horrible, but not great news. So see how this is all used up. If ever you look at the middle, it does look like it has some use. Like it's clean, it has no oil on it, which is great. However, they do seem to run hot, and they do seem to not burn but corrode the spark plug for some reason. So what I'll do is, just to be safe, I will change these up just to make sure that they are the ones up to spec. Make sure that they didn't use incorrect ones, or maybe some that run hotter. And I'll be replacing all four spark plugs. It's probably going to cost like $30, but might as well. It's going to be good for another 100,000 kilometers. Once you check the spark plug and you have checked the air filter, you have the battery on a charge, what I always like doing is I like putting some of these guys. The brand, I don't have any preferences, to be honest. I think that it really depends. You might want to check out some reviews on them, but these are basically cylinder lubricants and also fuel injector cleaners. So what you do is you pour one of these. Usually it's a full bottle in a full fuel tank, and as you're running the car, it sprays this through your injectors and it cleans them up if ever they are clogged. Again, on a car that has over 100,000 kilometers, it's good to do. Doesn't cost more than like $5 to $10, so it is definitely worth it. So I'll be pouring this into the tank of gas. Perfect. So now next thing is I'll be letting the battery fully charge. We will also be doing an oil change on the car. The oil filter is right there, super easy access. Usually the oil pan is underneath. I can probably just go underneath without even lifting this car, so it's going to be quite easy access. I'll be cleaning the engine bay with the wet cloth and some degreaser just to make it slightly prettier, and also spray a whole bunch of lube, a whole bunch of anti-rust on all of the metal, everywhere basically where there's some connectors, the clutch cables right there. We'll be lubing all of that up so that it's all smooth and it runs properly. At the same time, we'll be doing some spot checks to make sure that there's no broken bolts, there's no cracks, make sure that the pulleys look okay, make sure that the belts are not cracked either. All of these things are basically just quick checks that you should be able to do on any car during any time. Do you have some wires unplugged? Some people keep saying, well, my car is running rough. They brought it to the garage and they spent the entire day there and they figured out that there was just a stupid wire that unplugged with the vibration. Happens all the time. Check the wires. You don't need to be a mechanic. This could be unplugged, that could be unplugged. You know, there's a whole bunch of air hoses. There are your spark plug wires. Don't be afraid to touch them and make sure that they are tucked properly, to make sure that there's nothing that's leaking, to make sure that there is nothing that's loose. You might be surprised. You might hear a click and then the car is going to run so much better. Or take the time to do all of that. I have never worked on a Volkswagen, and even better, I've never worked on a Volkswagen while it's raining outside. It's kind of shitty, but you know what? I wanted to get this oil change done. First surprise is that the bolt on the oil pan is a hex key. number 8 size, so that's first thing that I just learned from Volkswagen. Usually I'm not used to that. I think that usually it's like a 14mm boat. And second thing, which is very bad news, but you know what, it's the news that we knew about. This is just confirming it. This is the oil. Oil should not be should not look like chocolate milk. This is bad. Whenever it looks like chocolate milk, that's because it's mixing with water. So you have water in an engine, around an engine, which is your coolant. Coolant is mixing with oil, and it is causing this milky color, oil texture, which is, this is like, it's causing this. It's not even thick, it's like milk. So anyways, what I'm doing is I'm draining it out, and I will be pouring brand new oil with Lucas, a brand new filter into it, see what happens, see how fast the water gets in the oil. And regardless, we're going to be changing the head gasket on this one, because this just confirmed that the head gasket is probably shot. So I hope you guys learned something today. I'm not going to show you anything else. I am done for today as soon as I can finish this off, and the battery is dead on a GoPro. So anyways, next step will be remove the filter, put a new filter on, put a new oil in, let it run, let the battery charge for the rest of the day, and I'll be doing some more cleaning probably and more stuff on the car tomorrow. But I'll be honest, I am super happy with this purchase. I think that this is a steal, and I'll be showing you guys so much more. I hope that you learned something. If you have any questions about any maintenances, or how, you know, what you should do whenever you're purchasing a car or anything like that, just put a comment below, and Mark or I are definitely going to help you out with some tips and tricks, save you some cash, and hopefully get you to buy a good car. Anyways, until next time, I hope you liked it. Peace.